Okay, here we are at Hog Pen Gap, where we originally decided we wanted to come for the night. Not sure where we're going to go from here. We'll find out where the trail picks up and go from there. Good morning. Thursday, February 6th. The sun's coming up out there. Can't really see. It's still really cloudy and foggy. Had some rain last night. Camped out at Hog Pen Gap, getting ready to take off. Got camp all packed up. Woke up this morning, had a couple of coyotes on either side of my tent. They were a ways off, but they were calling back and forth to each other. They're maybe, I don't know, I say a ways off, maybe 50, 60 yards. I hollered and I didn't hear nothing more from them after that. Got up and started to break camp. So here we go with the rest of our day. It's going to be rainy and windy. It's going to be a fun one. Okay, we just had a street crossing at Hog Pen Gap. I wait for a trucker to go by. Come across the street, walk down about 100 yards, and find ourselves at this trailhead. Let's see what these signs say up here. Mark Trail Wilderness, Chattahoochee National Forest. Low gap, 4.4. Unicoi gap, 14 miles. Well, we've been averaging about 8, maybe just under 8, 7.8, 7.9. I don't know if we'll get 14 today, but we'll get somewhere. Well, it's about 10:35. Been about 3.5 miles, 3.6 miles, something like that. We're just about a half mile away from Sheep Rock Top. Take a little break there, get a snack. It's turned out to be a beautiful day. They called for rain. Wind hasn't been that bad. I haven't seen any rain since that mist that we had when we were breaking camp this morning. I want to show you guys this wacky tree right here. And it goes up and turns and then goes straight up. Caught my eye just as I come around the bend there. Thought that was pretty interesting. Just enjoying the sights and taking a stroll today. Well, we're about halfway down Sheep Rock Top. Looks like there might be a couple of photo opportunities here. Not much through the trees from this viewpoint, but I noticed another vantage point down here. Right there in front of us. Let's see what we can see from that. I'm sure glad this didn't turn out to be the rainy day they were calling for. I can see we got more rain in store, but not like what was anticipated. Well, still a little blocked, but you can see through there a little bit, see some of those ridge lines. I just want to take a minute to say I know a couple of days leading up to getting in this location are pretty tough. You had to come up over Blood Mountain and pass through mountain crossings, Neal Gap, and make your way on over to Tunsatee Pass, or not Pass, Gap, and Wildcat Mountain on down to Hog Pen Gap. Blood Mountain was pretty brutal on my feet, I'm not gonna lie. Everybody that came through there seemed to agree. It's a tough one. If you're just breaking in your trail legs, you don't have much stamina, I'd suggest you can stop by Above the Clouds Hostel, stay for a couple of days, and just slack pack and come from the Neal Gap side. It's a little bit, it's a lot tougher coming down Blood Mountain to Neal Gap, then going from Neal Gap up and over, so that might be an option as well. The worst isn't over with Blood Mountain. There's a lot of rocky downs. I find the ups a lot easier than the downs, and there's a lot of rocky downs. Played havoc on my knees and my ankles. The downs seem to be what's exaggerating my Achilles problem in my right foot. The ups are not bad. They seem to kind of stretch things out and get me going again. But I just want to say, if you can make it to Wildcat Mountain and get through the pain and tiredness and everything else, this next day from Wildcat out of Hog Pen Gap heading north has been a really nice day. The ups aren't too bad. There's a lot of just kind of straight walking. It's almost like road walking. The path is so straight, and you get some of the views like we got here behind me. So you know, this whole thing, it's the mountains are a roller coaster, you know, physically, geographically, and emotionally. You know, it's easy to feel beaten when you got to do those ups. I just take them real slow. I actually like the ups better than the downs now. I take very slow steps, almost like I'm kicking steps into the ice or the snow back in the mountains in Alaska. Take another step kick, take a breath, and you'll get up there before you know it. Slow and steady wins the race. I'm not trying to race up none of these mountains, and I'm trying to be very careful coming down, because that's when most injuries happen. Okay, so we ended the day at Low Gap Shelter. Here's the trail back up to the AT. Blue blazed in, took a little step across this creek. There's Low Gap Shelter. I got my stuff set up. Had to pack everything away pretty wet this morning at Hog Pen Gap. So I got everything set up.